Hey guys, it's Alex with Hammond Watch. I'm here today with the Addiesdive Automatic Pilot Watch. I've been a pretty big fan of the Fliegers that come out of AliExpress. You know, in general, I'm not a big homage watch guy, especially when it's really a straightforward copy. But the nice thing about these offerings is that no one really owns this Flieger design, and there are so many companies making similar style watches that these don't come off as a rip-off or as a copy of anything specifically. I recently reviewed the Escapement Time Flieger, which I was completely blown away by, but it does have a little bit of heft to it at a 42mm case, so having kind of a pared down option that ticks a lot of the same boxes is really nice. Your case size here is 39mm. The thickness is nice and trim for an automatic watch at 12, and then you have a nice 6.5mm screw down crown. Now between that screw down crown and the screw down case back, you are provided 200 meters of water resistance, which has been a popular feature for the offerings like this on AliExpress. And in general, while I understand the argument that it's not necessary for a pilot's watch, I feel like these get used more as everyday pieces, so any added water resistance, it isn't going to detract from the watch or its value or your ability to use it. You've got a 49mm lug-to-lug, which is staying under that kind of comfort zone of 50mm, and it should accommodate most wrists. Your lug width is 20mm, so strap options will be plentiful. They actually sell this watch on the strap and on this bracelet. They cost the same, so I would always kind of suggest going over and getting the stainless bracelet. If you like it, great. If you don't, straps are a lot cheaper than trying to find bracelets that just happen to fit. This bracelet tapers down from 20mm down to 18, and then we're back up to 19 3/4 for this buckle. I'm not going to take all the stickers off of the buckle because this bracelet is going into storage pretty much right away. I'm not a huge fan. It's got pressed metal hardware. The clasp just feels kind of, cheap. Push pins as you'd expect at the price point, but you do actually get solid end links, which is pretty impressive, all things considered. In addition to offering a strap and bracelet version, they also offer a sterile and logoed variant. I'm a big fan of the sterile version. It does away with all of the branding and text on the case back. It does away with the logo on the crown as well as the dial. Addiesdive primarily focuses, as the name might suggest, on dive watches. And their logo, a dive mask with cross spear guns, just didn't really fit the Flieger design. But I'm absolutely on board with going sterile. I think it's a lot more kind of true to the original design of these watches. The screw down case back is housing a Seiko NH35. That is an automatic movement with a date function. It has hacking and hand winding, so the seconds will stop for time setting, and you will be able to wind it outside of just shaking it around. Accuracy out of the box stated at -20 to +40 seconds a day, but this particular watch is running at about -9 seconds. So one of the more noticeable features on the watch is the blue AR coating on the watch's sapphire crystal. I'm a big fan. I think it really steps up the appeal of the watch. I'm a big Breitling fan who is pretty known for doing this, and I just think it adds a little bit of X factor. It makes the watch feel a little bit more rich. That said, I'm not a huge fan of this handset, and it doesn't look bad. I recently compared a Laco and Escapement Time, and they had blacked out and thermally blued hands. I think both options would have been better served here. Doing a single brushed finish on the case is fine when you're going for that, tool watch, rugged feel. But then by the time you do the blue AR coating and polish out your hands and your crown, I think it would have been worthwhile to just go ahead and do the bezel too and give the watch a little bit more of that Hamilton khaki feel. I'm pretty pleased with the Lume application. You get a nice bright green glow on the handset as well as throughout the dial. Vivid at first, but being a printed dial, there just isn't a ton of material, so it does tend to fade rather quickly. So here we are on my 7.5 to 7 3/4 inch wrist. I did go ahead and swap in a 20mm Barton leather strap. This is going to be how I actually wear the watch, and I think it looks really killer. As you'll see, not oversized at all, very nice profile, and it's very comfortable on wrists. So the price on these watches is awesome. There are deals that fluctuate throughout AliExpress monthly. If you wait for a low point, you'll be able to pick these up for about $70. I paid $71 shipped. It took about 3 weeks to get to me, and at that price, I'm pretty smitten. You know, it delivers so much at such a low price point. It doesn't come off as a homage watch, and then all of that branding is removed, so it does have a kind of a nice cohesive design. In general, I think that the Escapement Time Flieger is a better value since you get the thermally blued hands, and instead of having a plastic movement holder like this watch, it's got a metal one and just feels a little bit nicer. I mean, even the Lume application is a little bit nicer on the Escapement Time. That said, that watch is a bit bigger and has a big onion crown on top of that. So if you have a smaller wrist or that one just feels kind of overbearing, this is going to be a fantastic option for you. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It really helps in YouTube's algorithm. Also consider subscribing. I put watch content out weekly, and I hope to see you in the next one.